Because
Well, then what
like
did you say that set me off?
I don't know. Like who the fuck knows? You were talking for 8 fucking days, all the
I
times
mean,
you
don't
were.
don't act like don't act like you don't just sit there and go on freaking diatribes. Don't act
Oh,
like
so these
they're
just
not hour long episodes of you just explaining the plot of a movie because you wanted to explain the plot of a movie.
hold on. Let's get it.
Like,
Let's not get it twisted.
let me have one.
Let's not get it twisted. It's my channel.
Let me have one.
I ain't got nothing against you having one. Like I really ain't got nothing against you having one. It has more to do with the fact that like you Bogart and then I fucking forget. And then it's like,
I
if
mean, now you know how I feel most of the time.
I don't yeah, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't think that these trophies are work. Yeah, I think these trophies are glitched out. Like I think they're mad. I think they're mad glitched. So hold on, let me double check real quick because I think like I because with the Batman one, like it could just be you need to finish the stage, like in free mode. Hold up. Oh, but you was asking me like what's like I think I explained yet my whole beef with Mr. Beast is just that everybody loves him so fucking much.
Man, we were well past that. We talking about friggin' grooming and bullcrap.
Did we?
Yes, we naturally moved on from that.
That's it. Hold on. Okay, so like it seems like I just need to like finish these. I need to finish the stage. So we're gonna do this again. Oh fuck! I'm gonna do this again. Uh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I made you feel bad about living your life the wrong way. I will
How
watch.
dare you?
I will watch. Now, I would like to point out that I'm also trying to watch the Last of Us. Now, obviously, I don't think it's necessary
I've
to.
heard that's I've heard that's good.
Yeah. The first I've played both games, and yeah, the first episode was goddamn good. I had like resigned myself to like watching it during that like at dialysis, but like I couldn't hold my phone. Like the like my phone had a kickstand, and like it had like a little like metal puck that held the kickstand in place, and like the plastic clips that held the
Hot
metal puck in place
chocolate.
got loose,
Ooh,
like
and a
went loose,
cookie.
and
What's
so
up,
yeah,
fishies?
I couldn't.
Man, I'll give Orm this much. He sure knew how to draw a crowd. Shame for him, I wasn't in the mood for
But
playing nice.
yeah, I'm not gonna hit you with the whole well. If I watch this, you watch this, because like it's a lot of fucking TV out there nowadays, and it's real hard to like. It's hard. It's hard as shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even mad at you. Like if you ain't watching a certain show.
Like, it's not even about like a lot of TV being out there. It's because here's the thing: if we make the deal,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't mean you, if I make the deal with somebody, I'm gonna follow through on the deal. Like, I have
There we
a
go.
friend who was like, "Hey, have you ever watched the 100?" And I was like, "No, but I know somebody who's tried to get me to watch the 100. I just
There we
haven't
go.
watched it yet."
Bound to
And they
hang
were
you
like, "Oh, I
somewhere.
really think you should watch the 100." And I was going through like a really depressed phase, and I was like, oh, okay, you know what show made me happy when I was depressed? The Magicians. So if we make this deal, because she was like, I know you've made this deal, so if you watch the 100, I'll watch a show that you give me. And I was like, okay, watch the
Orm didn't
Magicians.
seem to like the idea of
Like,
losing
it's that
fans.
simple. Watch the Magicians,
It'd take a
and
little
I'll watch the
creative
100.
thinking to
And so I look at the
justify
100. The
actions.
100's 7 seasons long, and it's a typical network show. So like between 20 and 22 episodes a season. And The Magicians was 5 seasons long. Each season was 12 or 13 episodes. So I'm taking the heavier load here. I finished the full series. I watched all 7 seasons of the 100. She barely made it through the first season, and I was just like, "Where's the common courtesy?" Like, I
Man,
did this because you asked me to.
Yeah, but I just think you need to understand that ain't how people work, man. Like TV is like a like I told you, like I'm gonna try to watch Cats. Like I'm gonna try to watch Cats. Ain't nobody asked me to watch this motherfucker. Like ain't nobody asked me to watch it. But I got dead ass am gonna try to watch it because it's so bad.
You put yourself through that.
Yeah, this is on me. But what I'm saying is like I've only made it about 15 minutes in, and I have not had the desire to go back yet because it's it's fucking terrible. But what I'm getting at is like if somebody's watching something, it's like, hey, I'll watch this if you watch this. In theory, it's cool. But if I just don't like it, man, I don't like it. Like it's hard to like, cause I wouldn't even feel like let's say like you're like, hey, all right, watch it, and like I can watch it on like Hulu or whatever. So I put it on my TV, and I'm just like on my phone while it's on. Like that's not watching it. And they're like that's like that ain't cool. So like if it's like no, I just couldn't get through it. Like if I can't get through it, I can't get through it. Like to be honest, like I'll give you 3 episodes. I will give you a solid 3, and I will give it my best.
You know, that's actually also my rule.
What 3 episodes? Because ain't no
like
way. Very few shows are
anything I watched
from the outset.
Yeah, anything I start, doesn't matter what it is, I will give you the first 3 episodes.
And like, because that's why I didn't necessarily tell you to watch Fargo, because I don't think you'll like Fargo.
You know, just for a second.
Because it's just there's nothing to it that like there's nothing in it that's like anything we've ever watched together. Like it's not like Shameless. It's not like Doctor Who. Because I will be real with y'all. Like Jabril and Mark are like so fucking different from like my friends. Like all the motherfuckers I never really fuck with. Like when it comes to black people specifically, Mark is not black. I know this. But like I have a like most of the stuff that they're like, hey, I think you'll like it. I end up fucking liking it. And in most cases, they don't expect me to like it. Because you remember back in like 2012, like before I ended up in the hospital, but I was dying and nobody knew what was going on. And we was watching bootleg versions of I almost said Captain D's. Doctor Who. Like when I tell you it almost came out as Captain D's, I thought it and was like, yeah, that's right, that's what it's called. Like, and then I had to double check that shit. I was like, that ain't right. Like the episode that like 2 shows, like he was like, yeah, but y'all was both like, no, you should totally watch Shameless. I think you'll like Shameless. And like I remember this shit like a motherfucker because watching Doctor Who, the thing that like got everybody by Doctor Who for me was the fucking the Weeping Angels episode.
Blink, it's the one that gets everybody.
Yeah, and the reason I say that is because I remember there was a moment where the Doctor had a match in his hand, and like the angel came and blew it out, and like I was on one. I was there for the show, and like I fucking gasped when that shit went out. Like I remember that shit. And like when we was watching Shameless, and we was watching Shameless, and when Mandy's dad was first on screen, like I straight up told y'all, I was like, that dude gonna kill himself. And
it took 12 years. None did it, but
well, we got there, and like there was no I didn't say it for funs. I didn't say it because of the ha-has. I said it because like I was just looking at what like his daughter was putting him through. Like that was my premise.
This looks like
behind
trouble.
that. I was just like, yeah,
like trouble.
like.
Oh no! You said Mandy. You meant Karen.
Karen.
You meant Karen. Karen's dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
He dropped the cinder brick in the lake. Yeah.
And like.
Yeah.
And I remember like you looked at me. And like I remember you staring at me, but I didn't like give it too much attention.
Yeah, because I had already watched it.
Yeah, so you knew, and it was just like fucking how. And so I was like, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Like, yeah, they're gonna kill himself. Because his daughter was giving him the business. Like, she really was. Like, she was really giving him the business.
That's why, like how y'all didn't watch Sunny, and I like specifically cherry picked the 2 episodes that I knew would work.
I hope these trophies there.
And they were. But back to what so Doctor Who is actually the show that instituted my 3-episode rule.
Okay, so good.
Because Doctor Who was like the first show that like a friend had told me like, hey, you should watch this. I think you'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Mark. And the reason it's the 3-episode rule is because up until episode 3 of Doctor Who, I wasn't sold. But then Doctor Who, the 3rd episode in the 1st season is the one with Charles Dickens.
Oh man.
And the one with all of the ghosts and everything.
That shit made you so fucking mad. I still thought like, okay, so like, because I'm stepping in because it's irrelevant later on. It'll be irrelevant later on. So everybody has heard the phrase "what the Dickens," and yeah, you already know. And in that episode, he said. So in that episode, you're hanging out with Charles Dickens, and something happens, and his response to it is "what the Shakespeare." I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. I thought it was funny as shit. Like I really did.
It wasn't that. So it's at the end of the episode, like after the ghosts and everything and all of that, and Dickens is like, oh my gosh, I have to write about this. And at the end of it, Rose is like, aren't you like worried that he's gonna do that? And the doctor's like, wait, what's today? Oh, he dies in 3 days. I was like, God.
What's the name?
All right. Look, okay, you win.
King Shark.
Hope you're having a fine day.
So yeah, like I usually do end up liking shows that my friends have like suggested. So like because you said, hey, watch, I said like a couple episodes ago, or like last episode, you was like, hey, watch Vice Principals, and I fell in love with Vice Principals. Cause like there's only one line from that movie that show that I still quote, and it's in season 2 when like the black principal is walking up to Walton and Danny. You know what? Do you know what the line is? Do you know what the line is?
Kill her.
Oh, so you don't know what the line is?
Flat out. No, go ahead.
No. So he walks. So she's walking up, and you can tell that Walton is still like on some shady shit.
Me and Mira had
But
been busy looking
he's
for
like,
King
watch
Atlas'
this. I bet she's gonna
long-lost
smell like
trident.
fucked butthole.
Turns out it would give its hold and mastery over the seas, which would be useful when going up.
And when
against
she got done talking to him and she was walking away, he's like,
running,
told you,
climbing, falling,
fucked butthole.
some flying. Whew.
I ain't been right since.
Oh,
I
God.
was glad to get back to swimming.
That
So-
show is just so, like...
It's a
Yeah,
show that
that's
has to
better.
last
And
for a
faster.
very small amount of
Very
time.
important when you're trying
It
to
has-
get away
it has
from
to.
And that was their plan. Like,
But we got rid of him. Piece of fish cake. And finally, in the depths of the hidden
So
sea,
like I say all that to really
we
just get
found
across like
Atlan's trident.
I never intentionally like the whole point was never
After
to like
that,
I'm not gonna watch it because you suggested it. That was never the point. That was never ever the case. Like I never was like, nah, I'm not watching this shit.
It turned out
My
uniting
thing
the
was just
seven
that like
easier
I just
said
ain't got
than
to.
done,
Cause like I
especially
have a
with
hard
Orm
time
around.
like finding time to watch
Bring
wrestling.
those fish
And I
in
think
and
like
the thing
is
is,
like
you never said that.
I
You just blatantly ignored.
like I felt like at the end of the day, like,
I won't let anything
did
decide
you
my
like
fate
not
for
like
me.
consider that I just like might not have time to like to watch it or like
Nope,
not?
nope. Because here's the thing: I'm a simple person. For the
I've
most
noticed.
of the
Yeah.
majority of my life, I've felt very robotic in nature, and literally all you have to do is say, "I'm not gonna watch it," and I will leave it alone.
But that's
It
the
looked
thing.
like we
That's
But
made
not
you,
how I
ourselves
feel.
but
some
I
new
was,
friends.
or you, well,
Orm didn't seem to be happy
you
about it.
also never said,
Probably
"I
while he
haven't gotten
sent
to
some
it
of
yet."
his buddies
Yeah.
You just
after
never
us.
responded.
Like, okay, and I think the problem will
You
like
just left me
you
on red.
like you that ain't true. But like you talk about like you're robotic in that sense. You have to remember like the difference between me and you is like one, you really like movies and shit. I don't really like movies all that much. Like
I
I
don't
don't
like movies all that much.
I
I
don't
like TV way more than I like movies.
like and I don't dislike them. It's just that like to sit down and watch, you know, I struggle. I struggle with it big time. Like I really really struggle with like sitting through something. So like as many times
By
as I've
defeating
seen
the trench in battle, we'd won
like it's
their
the reason I don't really
respect
like the
and
idea of
convinced them
going
to
through the
change
movies
sides.
because sitting
Things
still
were
for like an
looking
hour
up.
and a half, like sitting still for like 2 hours to watch like a good movie, I can't do it.
Just
Like
then,
it's fucking
Orm
hard.
managed to
Like
knock
even
out
like
the power.
sitting here like playing the
If
game,
we
like
wanted to communicate
like
with
first
King
off I'm
Darius,
uncomfortable.
we'd
My
have to
ass
find a
hurts.
way to fix it.
But-
Fast.
Yeah, just if I don't tell if I tell you I don't want to watch it, then like if I don't want to watch it, I just tell you I don't want to watch it. But in most cases, that's not the case. It's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just that I ain't fucking watching it. I ain't seen it yet. Like I just ain't got around to it. And it's it's not that I don't want to. I just fucking haven't. And
Okay, well, these are things that I have to be told because I'm not into assuming what people mean.
well, first off, dog, like, but the thing I was trying to get across was, keep in mind that I play video games too, so I have other stuff going on. So like, you watch a lot of TV, like that's your thing.
Mira managed to
Like
convince her
off top, that's
dad
your
to
shit.
join with us.
But for me, like I watch
think
TV,
that
I
was
watch
the last
movies,
straw for Orm.
but I also play a lot of video games. Like, and on top
Orm
of that,
didn't
like
seem
I
to think too
spend a
much
good
of
chunk
me
of my
winning
time
our
talking to
little
women.
popularity
nutsack.
contest. It was
So
time
like,
to teach him
I
a
just don't
lesson
have
or two
time to
about
watch
being a
shows
king.
as much as I'd like to, especially even if it's on streaming. I just didn't have time. Because man, you're braille. I want to tell you something so embarrassing. The amount of years the amount of years I watched wrestling, like I would watch Raw on mute because I'd be on the phone with a girl. God damn. Like when I tell you, like when I stopped talking to her, like the very first time I stopped talking to her, I 100%. Was it just fight him? Okay, I didn't have to beat him. Just fight him. Like I didn't know like what to. Like when I tell you, I used to spend so much time on the phone.
Seems that Orm still had
what?
My earbuds died.
They weren't going to make this easy.
Problematic.
They just flat out said goodbye.
I was like, I didn't know what to, and I'm pretty sure I ain't the only person out there who was in that situation where like you're in a relationship or a situationship, and you spend all your time with somebody on the phone with somebody, and then when it's all said and done, you kind of forgot what you used to do when you were by yourself.
Orm tried calling for more.
Who you used to
It
be.
looked like his plan.
Yeah,
was
man.
to
Who your
be
friends
all
were.
washed up.
I was like, what were friendships like before that? Like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Oh man. So, hold on. When this fight is done, actually in the next episode, I got some screenshots I need you to read. I need you to read because we've got some
There hasn't been an attempt at communication, has there?
Yeah. There has. Like otherwise, like how would I make that leap in logic? Like that's clearly how we got there.
I don't know your life.
Yeah.
Looks like an ice
Just
cream
like that,
cone.
the tides turned on Orm. Peace returned under the seas, and I took my place as king.
I'm gonna go ahead and send it now, but don't look at it.
So, involving movies and TV. And so, you know what's stupid? Is when sitting down, I will fully and happily make the commitment to watch a 50 episode TV show over watching a movie.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. Apparently, that's how a lot of people feel. That they would much rather watch a miniseries than like a 12-hour-long miniseries rather than like a 2-hour-long movie.
Because, like, within that movie, especially when I'm at home, I would, when it comes to watching movies, I would much rather go and watch one in a theater because there's nothing there to distract me.
Mm.
However, while watching a TV show, I can be distracted and I can get a little lost. But probably like 2 episodes later, I'm gonna figure out what I missed.
Yeah, that's usually how I get down. Like, I might not be paying attention at all, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure by the end of the episode, I'll figure out what's been going on. But yeah, until next time, y'all, we out of here. Get out stinking with your ass itching.